Welcome to the Thinkorswim platform training. And the Thinkorswim platform is extensive, and most people will never be able to use everything that the platform offers. However, there are a few basics, and we are going to cover that in this tutorial. The first thing you want to do is to set up your watch list like I have over here. And my watch list consists of about 25 to 30 stocks, some indices, some ETFs, and things like that. But the way you would construct this watch list is you come here and then you can say create a new watch list, or you can edit this current watch list. And when you do an edit, you can come here and change your symbols, and you can add symbols, remove symbols, things like that. So once you add your symbols, you can also define. Thinkorswim gives you about 4 or 5 columns that you can put over there, and obviously you want to put the most relevant information. For me, that relevant information is last, net change, the bid price, and the ask price. But again, you can you can customize your columns. You can add any number of columns here. You can see that it's very extensive. And it depends what you want. For me, I think on my watch list, I want to know the last traded price, obviously, and the net change for the day, and then the bid and ask price. Now, there's a lot of other information, but I can get those in on the other screens where you monitor. This is just a plain high-level watch list. So that's this kind of information is good enough for me, and so that's what I put over there. Now, the first thing you can see is you can actually take an order from here itself, and you can go to the charts, you can analyze, you can put in a buy order, you can put in a sell order for any of these securities. But in general, I wouldn't use this watch list area to enter your orders. Where you would come is, first of all, if you're looking to open an options position, then obviously you want to analyze that options position first. So let's take an example of let's say IBM, and if we come to IBM, and I'm going to take off some of these things here, and I have some positions, so I'm going to hide that. So when you come to IBM, you'll see that you have your option series, you have and you can select whatever strategy you want. And so whenever you want to analyze anything, you would do this on the Analyze tab. So let's say you wanted to put a bull call spread, so you want to buy a vertical on the call side, and so you would come here. So once you put your trade here, you're still analyzing this trade. Remember, you're not executing it. So if you want to analyze the trade, then you put the trade in your analyze trade ticket, and then you'll see the Greeks for those positions. You can look at all the Greeks, make sure they are exactly how you want it, and then you go look at the risk profile, and then now you can also simulate this trade. So simulation by itself is a vast topic on Thinkorswim, but I'm just showing you. You can see this little wrench here. You can simulate for various stock prices. You can adjust volatility over here. And then, of course, you can simulate for time based on this calendar itself over here. So there is a calendar. You can see the date. And on this screen, I'm not able to show it properly, but you should be able to simulate for the date as well. So once you simulated everything, it looks good. Then you can see this blue dot here. If you click on it, you can say create duplicate order. So if this is the order you want to execute, then you come here and you click on create duplicate order. That will bring the order entry screen and make sure all the strike prices and the premium or the debit or the credit, whatever the case might be, all of that looks in order, and then you can confirm and send your order. So once you confirm and send, and once your order gets executed, then it will show up on your monitor screen. So when you click on the monitor tab, it'll show you a list of all your positions over here. And then, of course, you can go into each individual position, look at what's happening. You'll have a profit and loss for the day, and you'll have a profit and loss for the open position. And again, there's a little spanner here. You can click on that, and then you can customize your columns as well. So you can, for me, I look at the number of days to expiry, the mark change, delta, theta, vega. I don't put gamma because gamma is only becomes very important when you come close to expiry. And then what was my trade price for these options? And if I close out my position now, what is the net liquidating value? So these are the columns that are important to me, but you can choose, like you said, you can choose any number of columns here. So there's a bunch of information you can choose, and depending upon which ones you want, you can add your columns there. So that's the monitor screen, and whenever you want to close your positions, you would come from the monitor screen, and you can select both your positions. If it's a spread and you want to execute it as a spread, then you would come here, you select both, and then right click either one of them, and that'll tell you how you can close your order. So always when you're closing orders, make sure you go at least to the mid price because you don't want to, especially on single options, the Thinkorswim platform gives you the lower price. So it's not going to give you the mid price. So you'll need to change that, especially when it's single options. But when it spreads, it does put the mid price in there for you. So that's how you would close your order, and that is as far as the monitor screen is concerned. So on all of these, you'll see that there are, on the top, you'll see there's a few functions here, and you're probably going to use charts a lot. You're probably going to use analyze a lot, and you'll use monitor and trade a lot as well. The scan is very helpful if you're looking for stocks, that meet a particular criteria. In general, it's a more advanced feature, but what we will do here is to focus on charts, analyze, trade, and monitor, because those are the real important functions within Thinkorswim. The next tab we're going to look at is the charts, and if you come to the charts are very extensive. Now, first of all, you can hide the left side of your panel so that you can have the entire screen just for charts, or just for any screen actually. So when you come to charts, you would first put in your symbol that you want to analyze, and then you'll see there are three things here: studies, drawings, and style. Style can change the time frame of your chart. So if you wanted to do an intraday chart for the last 3 days, and then it'll also give you a time frame. So you're putting a 3-day chart, let's say, for every 15 minutes. So each one of these bars are 15 minutes of trading price action. Similarly, you can go very long term. You can do a daily chart. You can go up to 5 years. You can go look at it as a weekly chart, a monthly chart, or a daily chart. So if you go into a 5-year monthly chart, this is what it would look like. And you can see it starts off from 08 and it'll come to 2013. Now, in the drawings part, you can actually do, if you want to plot support points, resistance points, or trend lines, you would come here, you would choose the kind of pointer that you want, and let's say you wanted to put a trend line, then you can put a, so let's say you wanted to put a trend line, so that's how you would draw the line. And once you draw the line, you can change its color and everything. If you choose the line, and there's a properties button, and you can go there, and you can change the color and things like that. So here, if we put a yellow color, we set it, then the trend line becomes yellow. And the important part here, I'm going to change my mouse back to a pointer. The important thing is on the charts window, you can add or edit a number of studies, and you've probably seen this on a different screen, but here we can see that we have all these studies, and I've put a simple moving average, a 5-day moving average, a 20-day moving average, the Bollinger Bands, MACD indicator, and the RSI Wilder. These are the indicators that I have chosen, but you can select, you can come here, and any other indicator, if you wanted to add an indicator, you would come here, choose it, and you would say add the study. So let's say we wanted to add let's say we wanted to add something here, the standard deviation channel. So you would come here, you would click on add study. Immediately it'll put up that study there, And you can also read about how this indicator is. So once you click on more details, it'll give you more information about that particular indicator. And so that's how you would put all the studies that you wanted on your charts. And once you apply or OK, all the changes will be saved and your new indicators will show up. On charts, you can also hold and select a particular region, and Thinkorswim will automatically uh, expand or zoom in to that particular time frame. And you can also zoom in or zoom out using these plus or minus buttons here. So the charts are they're very nice. You'll need to just explore them, play around with them, and you can, once you put some drawings and everything, those drawings will remain there the next time you come and look at the same stock. So that's as far as charts are concerned. The most important part is you want to analyze your options. So when we come here and you look at your option screen, you choose a particular series, and then sometimes, depending on how many strikes you want to put, you can put those many strikes there and analyze your options. So you have several pieces of information that you can put. Thinkorswim, if you come here, Thinkorswim automatically has some fixed columns that you can put. So if you click the position, intrinsic, extrinsic value, that's what this will show. You can go look at the implied volatility, the probability of it going out of the money, things like that. You can look at the Greeks, and you can also customize what these screens are. So, for me, right now we have delta, gamma, theta, and vega. However, you can put any number of fields here. So if you wanted the implied volatility, if you wanted the last traded price, you wanted the open interest, you want the probability of it going in the money. So you can customize these columns as per your requirement. So you can add something, you just need to add it over here, it'll go there. And you can remove items, you can do all of that. So this is important for choosing and customizing your columns. Now, you won't have one set of columns for all the time, because sometimes you want to look at the Greeks, sometimes you want to look at volume or open interest. So you'll find yourself constantly changing these columns depending upon what kind of information you're looking for at that particular time. And that's fine. Everybody has to, do that. And that's how you will do this. Otherwise, all this information is given to you. It's all basic information about the stock. You can, once you've selected a particular position, you can also come here. Now, this is an important little window. What I have selected is the middle line to be the live stock price, and then it'll give you the Greeks for that price. Now, I've put a simulation of plus 5% and minus 5%. So, which means it automatically tells me if IBM goes up by 5%, what would my position look like? And if IBM goes down by 5%, what would my position look like? So the P&L day and P&L open is, P&L day is obviously the profit and loss for today. And the open column will tell you the total profit and loss for the position itself that's open. So now you can also change these. So if you click on that, you'll see that you have percentage steps. If you wanted plus 10%, minus 10%, whatever, you can change that. You also have dollar steps. So in the case of IBM, if you wanted to see what happened if it goes up by $5 or down by $5, you can set your columns there as well. You also have standard deviations. So if you wanted to know how the position will fare if you go up one standard deviation or go down one standard deviation, that's what you can have these columns do. So these three columns are very important because it gives you a quick snapshot of what your position might look like for various prices in IBM. So now this whole thing assumes that volatility is constant. So if you wanted to simulate for changes in volatility or time, this is where you would come. Here you can come here and adjust your volatility, and you can see how your position will fare. Now, I do have a separate mini course as well as a full course on option simulation because it's that important a topic. So we've covered it completely in a course. You also have this calendar here, so where you can move the time, and you'll see that your positions change based upon changes in time, basically passage of time. So you'll have a good idea of how time decay also works. So those are the main tabs of Thinkorswim. As I mentioned, the platform is extensive, and you can always go to the Thinkorswim website and study detailed tutorials available there. But I wanted to show you the main points on the Thinkorswim platform so that you can get started easily if you just look at the Monitor tab, the Analyze tab, the Charts, and you set up a watch list of your stocks. So that's the basic part. There's obviously a lot more to the platform, and you can look up all the tutorials available on the Thinkorswim website. Thank you.